Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Driving with Miranda on the Car Guide. I have a Ford Escape hybrid plug-in this week, definitely better on gas. Let's get warm, get inside, and see what this car is all about. All right, well, we're inside and we're warm now, which is great because winter is still here apparently. This is the 2022 Ford Escape hybrid plug-in SEL. Now, to get some facts and figures out of the way, this has a 2.5 liter engine and a hybrid, obviously, model, so it has a battery as well. Combined horsepower ranges between 200 and 221, depending on if the battery is assisting or not. And torque ranges, I believe, from like 150 to 180, again, depending on if the battery is aiding or not. In terms of full battery range, according to what my dash says right now, if I plugged it in and give it a full charge, I would have an estimated range of about 45 kilometers full battery only. And that's quite good. It's not massive, obviously. There are vehicles, they're full EVs though, with 100, 200, 300, whatever range. But to have 45, close to 50, that's pretty good for a hybrid model. And if you're doing just around your neighborhood, your little suburban drives, dropping off your kid, go to the grocery store, there's a good chance that you wouldn't touch your gas engine very often. And I actually quite like this system. It runs flawlessly between the two, between the gas and the battery. The only way I know that it's changed really is on the dash. However, if you're outside and the car is going from battery to engine, it is quite loud. It's not a pleasant exhaust note. Kind of sounds like the car is farting at you. Not the nicest. It's quite robust, the sound, once it turns on. But from the inside, not terrible, pretty standard fare. In terms of acceleration and performance, you know, this isn't a high-performing car. You feel it has the pickup. The battery definitely helps with acceleration once you want to get going, but nothing crazy. Now, in terms of fuel efficiency, which we're all super excited about now, I managed to get this one down to, let me have a look here, fuel economy. So I'm at 7.3 liters per 100 kilometers right now. And I did a bit of highway, mostly in the city driving this week. I did bring it up. Actually, I picked it up with a lower reading. I picked it up at about 6.3 or 6.5, I believe. So it's possible to get it down lower, but I didn't do a huge amount of highway this past week. So I'd say that would be the reason for it. In terms of filling it up, we all know the price of gas is astronomical at the moment. So no matter what, it's gonna be pricey. At least this has a smaller tank than the Ram had. So I didn't have to get rid of my other kidney to pay for gas this week, which is good because I need that one. Now, in terms of how this car is inside, oh wait, there's one more figure that I'd like to talk about. The price. So this is, like I said, the Escape SEL hybrid plug-in. So you're starting at about $40,000. I've got the technology package, so that adds $2,500. There's a couple of other extras. All in all, this particular model comes in at about $47,000 to just under $50,000. And it's kind of a hard sell for me based on the materials used inside, the space it offers, the fact that this is also front-wheel drive, despite being a compact crossover. It is available with all-wheel drive, but this particular model has front-wheel drive. I feel like there's better options out there for that amount of money in terms of electrification, in terms of interior space, in terms of drivability in the winter. There's just other directions you could go, and I don't know why you'd want to dish out that amount of money for this particular vehicle. Let me talk about the inside. So when I say materials used, everything's very hard touch and like hard plastics, and it just feels cheap. And for a vehicle getting into that price range, I don't think it should. The screen is very small. It has sync, which is fantastic. Over the years, sync has improved so much. Very easy to use. Apple CarPlay, super simple. Touchscreen, all that fun stuff. Plus all the buttons on the steering wheel. I've got a nice digital gauge here. Like, all that is great. Interior space in the back, plenty of room back there. trunk is a little bit small, but again, compact crossover, so you're not looking for anything massive, but it has a 60-40 split, so you're good to go there. There's just something about, like I said, the quality of the material, even the seats, I don't know, it should feel like more. And I realize that the price tag is more connected to or attached to the technology and the hybridization as opposed to the quality of the materials within the vehicle. I get that. It has a great sound system. Love that. I believe it's Bose. Don't know. I'm sure it'll be written here somewhere. But again, sounds great. But that, again, is not enough to give me that price tag. I also have drive modes here. I didn't touch any of them, so I can go from normal to sport to slippery to sand, snow, grippiness, to eco. I really didn't play with any of them. I just let it be. Even though we had a bit of snow, I wanted to see how it would handle itself normally, and it was fine. And I really didn't feel the need to change up how it was driving, because it's, to me, not a car that you're really going to feel that much of a difference in each of the modes. I mean, sport mode just cuts out the battery. You're dropping from engine to battery for that fuel economy. And obviously it gives you that added boost of power with the gas engine so that you can perform more. Otherwise, it's pretty standard fare in here. In terms of the exterior look too, like, it's pretty ho-hum. There's really nothing to write home about, and there's really not even like edges and angles and muscular features that some cars have. It's just this very smooth, rounded, gentle looking crossover that's very, don't look at me, like I'm just here. And funnily enough, when I was doing the intro for this video, it took me a couple takes because I kept calling it a Focus. And I realized afterwards, looking at it, that it does look quite like the older Focuses used to look like. That front end is borrowed, and where the Escape used to look kind of very masculine and square and larger, this one has really been downsized and made cute, almost. Which isn't a terrible thing, but again, just not anything to write home about. This car does not stand out on the road at all. Even if it was red. You know, I've got it in a navy, which is lovely and great, but it just doesn't make a name for itself on the road. So, all in all, the Ford Escape Hybrid plug-in, it's not a terrible car. And honestly, if you have driven Fords, you're a Ford fan, you know the technology, you know how they drive, you like how the interior feels and looks and is, and you're looking for something that's definitely more fuel efficient, and you do more around town driving than you do long distance hauls, then this hybrid plug-in is an excellent option, because for your around town little journeys, you're going to stay fully in battery, and then for those times where you do need to travel further on the highway and you need that longer range, and you know you have the gas engine to back you up and you have the mileage to get you there. And that's really the beauty of a hybrid setup, right? Is that you have that battery option, so you don't waste gas when you don't need to. But for those weekends when you need to get away, or you're going to visit family or whatever, you don't have to worry about, oh my God, we have to stop every hour or so to charge up the car, because you have a battery engine. All right, guys, well, that's been it for me in the Ford Escape Hybrid Plug-in SEL. You know, it's a good car overall. Don't know that it's worth the price tag. If you're a Ford fan and you're used to the product, then definitely check it out. If not, think about that price and explore the market just a little bit more. As always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can find me on Instagram at Miss Miranda L, and Twitter at Miss Miranda L, or Miranda Lightstone on Facebook.com, or drop a comment below. Hope to see you guys back next week.